why people are so pressured.
Pressure is self-made. Assumption is the worst thing. That's what people do. That is where the pressure comes in. Don't rely on what other people say. You must understand that that's not the end of the line.
What's the journey of rewiring?
If you want to do something in life and you want to rewire yourself, think inwards. What is it that you exactly want? You must have a specific goal you want to carry out. It is important to be very, very close with your children. Open conversations on your dinner table. Children also imitate their parents from a young age.
Is reality real?
What exactly is reality? We'll have to look inside.
So I want to go a little back on the story when you started that. You had a very expensive sari in your head.
What is it that I needed to do to rewire myself? I needed to let go. So I took the scissors, cut the sari, very expensive, put in the bin.
Hello viewers, welcome again, and today I have invited a very powerful global personality to talk to us. She has born and brought up in Kenya. She has lived major life in London. She is Indian and she right now resides in Dubai. So she's a global personality. She has traveled 25 plus countries across the world and she has created this beautiful life to rewire her brain. So she exactly knows how to rewire the reality. She has a wonderful experience as a business owner. She has worked with a bank. She has approximately 4-decade experience of coaching, life coaching and mindset coaching. This podcast can change your life and rewire your brain. So let's tune in and meet Mala. Hello Mala, welcome on the show and thank you for joining in today.
I really appreciate the time that you spent to have this podcast with you. Thank you.
I want to know, you have named your book Rewire Your Reality. And we're going to talk a lot about rewiring and reality. But I want to start with, what is reality all about? What do you think is reality? Is reality real?
Reality can be pretentious. You're hiding behind a face, trying to please the people around you. So what exactly is reality? We'll have to look inside. And to look inside, we have to go down to certain roots of understanding what we believe in, what not others believe about us, what not others want to ask us to believe about us. So that is very important. Believing in yourself. Yeah.
So reality comes through believing.
Yes.
So, and most of belief comes from the childhood. Okay. So I know your journey. You are like a global citizen now. You're born and brought up in Kenya. You went to UK. Then you traveled more than 25 countries. You're living in Dubai now, and you are by DNA, by blood, you are Indian. So minimum 4 countries we can see in you, and so much of travel. So can you share your story about how you ended up in so many countries, so many places?
My childhood, as you mentioned, that I was born in Kenya. 4 fathers from Gujarat. I had the privilege to travel because of my dad's business. So one of the points was UK, Europe, and USA. Fast forward, we're talking about the 70s, and then fast forward to the 90s, when I ended up working for a bank, where I managed to travel to other Eastern European countries. So a journey from there and also to South America, Far East, all that. My passion is about learning of how people behave, how they react, and all this experience traveling through different countries has put me into the position of where I am right now.
So you have a lot of business acumen because you have handled your father's business. You're a banker because you worked in a bank, and you've been in the business of coaching and training from last 38 years.
Yes.
So it's a long journey, and you're a psychology student too. So why did you pick up psychology as a subject to study?
While growing up and coming from a very extended family, large family, both from my parents' side, father and mother, and I was observing how people reacted to certain things. Why did they behave like that? And I would say, oh, okay, so she was upset because of this, because somebody said this, and she just decided to go and throw her anger on somebody else. But most importantly, I came across psychology as a subject when I decided to go back into the industry after my daughter was born and see, okay, what is in demand? Where can I find something that I can open up as my business? So I started a training company to teach people how to use computers and electronic typewriters. So that was the starting point of psychology where I touched. And then I said, okay, I need to understand more. I don't want to become a psychologist. I want to understand more about people's behavior and how I can help them going forward. So I decided to do a degree part-time in psychology as major, so Bachelor of Science. And that was back in the 1997.
And I know because we've been talking pre-podcast that you've worked with one of the best coaches of the world, like Tony Robbins, and your coach, Miss Campbell.
Yes.
So would you like to share your journey of being a student first before you became a coach?
So as a student, I'm not just an ordinary student. And I like to explore first which university or which college or which institute I would like to go and study. People look at Harvard, Oxford, some other universities in the world, which they want to go there because that is their goal, and that's the main subject that they would be interested in doing that. So I explored and I came across this fantastic company, one of the top coaching company in UK. I volunteered to work with them on their exhibition stands and to understand what they do. And a year later, I ended up training under them as a life coach, executive coach, and I assisted them also with their own business. That's where I met my mentor, Dawn Campbell, a super young lady, and she really held my hand together with the CEO of the company, Mr. Donovan, who even for today, we are still friends, and you call upon, I will be more than happy to help them. So it's important as a student to explore where and what you want to do and how that's going to take you further. So that's how I ended up training under them as a life coach. And I found that going along the journey, the word mentor came along. And I said, so what is mentor? Mentor is more about being able to advise people, give suggestions, while coaching is to help individual to explore their own words, their own what they want to do. And that takes a little bit longer. So mentoring is, okay, you want to give them not a quick fix, but to show them these are the options you have, and you could take one or two options from them and see where this is going to lead you to the goal that you are going to achieve, or is there plan A, B, C? So life coaching and mentoring is one of my most passionate thing from a very young age. Even in the school days, people say, oh, Mala, you have the solution. How do you think we should do this, do that? And I'm thinking, I'm not the expert, but hang on a second. Let's look at the experiences around from cousins, etc. And I would sort of kind of give on the tip of the, okay, let's do it this way, or let's find something together. So my journey has been as a coach and mentor from a very young age. I've always learned to observe. And one of the most important things as well is when you're observing, keep your mind shut, meaning keep your mouth shut. Observe, understand first, and then decide if you want to share something.
And when did you actually apply these principles in your life? I know you apply every day, but what was the biggest shift in your life when you understood that I need to change the reality which I'm not liking at the moment, and I want a new reality of my life, and you rewired? So what is the story when you used it to change your life?
1987, now we're going back about nearly 40 years, was the time when I was at home with my baby. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm saying, no. I cannot be staying at home just doing goo goo gaga, taking care of baby and nothing else, not be a typical Indian staying at home and watching series. I was had a beautiful sari in my hand, very expensive. And what is it that I needed to do to rewire myself? I needed to let go. So I took the scissors, cut the sari, very expensive, put in the bin. Okay, so now I'm looking, okay, I've got the sari, put in the bin. What's the next step? I need to go back to college. I need to update my skills, my experience, get some qualification, because without qualification, people are not going to even look at your CV. So I went back, I studied teaching electronic computers and electronic typewriters and computers. And that's when Lord Alan Sugar had taken out the first Amstrad. I bought that computer, and I promised myself. Now here is a example of how committed you are to your goal. I bought that, and I said to myself, I have a goal. I want to get my money back off the investment I already done. So within 2 months, I had my clients, and I recouped my money.
Wow.
So you must have a specific goal you want to carry out. You should have clarity of what you want to do. Don't think like, oh, this is a big branch. There's a big branch of a tree. You are the pillar, but you have so many branches and you don't know which one to pick. So you've got to make sure that you know what you want. And you have to promise yourself, you're going to go and find people who want your help, not people who don't want your help. We cannot think like, oh, let me go and help this person. Let me go and help this person. Sometimes you are wasting time because they don't need our help. So I found clients who actually needed help. And in particular through my college tutor, who said, oh, Mala, we have an opening here, and we need people to come and teach these people how to use this. Corporate individuals who had a little bit of ego on their shoulder, who didn't want to talk and accept that they don't need to acknowledge that technology is come now and it's going to move forward, and they need to learn how to do this. And that's where I found a lot of interaction, understanding the psychology of people, and we touched psychology during the training course as well. And I said, wow, this is very fascinating. I know I observe people. I know I try to understand the behavior, why people are going through certain things, but I need to study in depth to understand how I can help myself. Most importantly, before I can help others, I need to understand myself. Why I get angry, why I get frustrated, why suddenly I'm very happy at times, So the journey started with that, going back to college again. And I've never looked back, by the way. I'm still studying.
I know.
So I never looked back. So I said, okay, go back to college. It's a part-time in the evenings. And then I decided, okay, I did the 4 modules. And I said, I need more. So about age of 40, I did my Bachelor of Science major in psychology. And that was part-time as well. So if you have a determination, if you want to do something in life and you want to rewire yourself, think inwards. What is it that you exactly want? Not what other people want. And then you need to make a plan and understand that plan is realistic, not something out of the sky and thinking, oh, okay, I will do this tomorrow. And then tomorrow never comes. So plan has to be in place and where you're going with it. Okay, sometimes things happen which are not in your control. The environment may have stopping some things, the pressure is there, and you are not finding any peace and thinking, oh God, where am I going with all this stuff? So when the pressure is there, get a pen and paper, write it down, things to do. First thing, I need to explore which subject I want to try. Secondly, how am I going to get that? Or how am I going to expose myself to get the clients or to teach or to get some promotion? So there has to be written down. If you don't write it down, you'll forget it. When you write it down, you don't have to remember it. And then you tick it off when you finished with it. So it's very important to focus even when you are under pressure.
So I want to go a little back on the story where you started that. You had a very expensive sari in your hand and you took a scissor and cut it off. So was that an action of an anger, or was that an action of metaphoric thought process to let it go? And then we want to go towards letting go.
The realization of actually was because, you see, people hold on to things. People really hold on to things because they believe that this is my life. This is what I need to do. It's not that you want to do. It's not like, oh, this is I want to do it. It's like you are pleasing people around you and thinking, oh, I need to carry on with this. So that realization happened, and I say, no, I am built for more, better things. My journey in this life is not sitting at home and watching movies or TVs. My journey is to share what I have inside me. And going forward, whatever I'm going to learn and experience, I need to share. We came with nothing, we're going to go with nothing. Important thing in life is share something from your experience with other people so they don't make the same mistake. They can learn from my mistake. So it's like on the keyboard, you have the delete button. So delete that or erase it. There's no going back. Because once the things are done, dusted, don't rewind that same video because you're wasting your time thinking about, oh, I could have done this, I could have done this. So in that moment, I said, I need to take an action which may be painful.
So it was a conscious call.
Yes, maybe painful because that sari was not just 5,000 dirhams or like that, or 500, was about 500 pounds back in 87. Beautiful sari. But to let go, you have to have that guts. You have to have that determination that I am going to do something. And then let go of it. Let go of it. Because the more you chase after and holding on to things, you're not going to get anywhere. Because that is not who you are meant to be. That is not what you want to do. That is what other people want you to do. That's maybe families want you to do. Your friends want you to do.
So I'll come to it, but small advice to our audience that, a woman who's listening, do not just go to your wardrobe and cut your sari because you're listening to Mala. You need Mala as a coach. She'll guide you because it's a process. It's a structured process to get things done, and with the right guidance, though it still give the results, but with the structured process, it can be far greater results. Or a man who is listening, he goes and cut the best suit. Or don't do it right now because you need to talk to Mala first before you do that. So that's a small advice to all the audience who are listening to us. But I want to go back and talk about you were saying that I also know that we live the life not chosen by ourselves or myself. I rather live a life which is given to me by my family. First is parents, and then the family, and then the society. And that's what makes us engaged, and that's why we are suffering. Okay. So can you put little light on that, when you say, your friends are expecting, your boss is expecting, and your wife is expecting, your husband is expecting, your mom is expecting, this is what they are expecting from you, but how do you let it go? So can you touch upon light on this? Because I think 100% people on earth are suffering from this.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that question, because that's the deep question that alerted me to rewire my reality. Now, what is it that triggered it off? First of all, it had only been about 4 years since my father passed away. My father had always instilled in us siblings that you can do anything in life. And especially being girls, he said, no, you can do this. So I was also part of my father's business. He started training us at a very young age. So I was exposure to, talking with business, observing him, talking to business people, etc. Now, if he was able to trust us that we are far capable of just being a woman, but we can go beyond being a woman, beyond being a housewife, beyond being just a homemaker. 3 things he taught us was, be independent, have a skill, experience where you can get a job. Second, you must know how to cook. So you're not wasting money doing delivery all the time for food. Thirdly, you must respect yourself. Must respect yourself because nobody else will respect you otherwise. You see, there's typical cultural thing in, I'm talking because I'm from Indian family, Gujarati family, and the thought pattern sometimes is, oh, you reach this age now, you can't do this. So I was not going to be that. I've got a baby, etc. So what, I have to just stay at home? No. So I thought about all this. And the most important thing I would like to also share here is that I started driving at a very young age. Now just imagine. Started at a very young age of 15. And for a father to put the trust in allowing me to drive a brand new Mercedes from Nairobi city to Mombasa at the age of 16, that trust and that belief that I can do anything by my parents, by my father, has stayed with me today. I have dedicated my book Rewire Your Reality, to my father. His short name, as he was recognized, like Amu. Amu means immortal. Amu means inspiring. And his inspiration has still continued throughout.
I want to ask you a little contradictory question here. Some of people in the world do not get enough support out of love. No one, I don't think any parent hates their kid. Out of overprotectiveness and love, they do not allow their kids to do things.
Yes.
And your father allowed you to drive a new Mercedes at 16. He trusted you, and that made you believe that you are a powerful person. But let's say a lot of people who do not get that kind of opportunity from the parents, so they may also live with a wrong belief system, saying they are not powerful enough. And sometimes if you're not good in studies too, I personally believe studies has very low role in your life to play to be happy and successful. But that's how we've been taught. So if I'm not in good studies too, then I'm always getting bashing from my parents and my teachers that I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. So end of my college education, I actually believe that I'm not good enough. If someone is in that situation, they're listening to us, how do they start rewiring? What's the journey of rewiring? And before starting a journey of rewiring, understanding that this baggage they are carrying is not their own. So how do they start rebuilding the brain which would be ready for rewiring?
I love this question. It is so relevant. It is so relevant. So everybody listening to this right now, take a paper and pen and write it down. It is your life, nobody else's. Some parents, because they have not lived their dreams, they will put it on to their kids. Oh, no. Guju, okay, you're going to do in business management. Oh, no. You're going to become a dentist. No. You're going to become a doctor, etc. So now imagine when my daughter, now I'm talking about life experience myself. This is not a made up story. So I had high hopes for my daughter to do business management, etc. But when she came to us and she said, Mommy, I don't want to do business management. And what happened at that time? Imagine a whole volcano exploded in my mind. Ay, what am I going to do with this girl? She doesn't want to do business management. What is she going to do in life? She said, Mommy, I want to do art. So, Mommy and Daddy, I want to do art. And I had to calm myself down. Okay? So I walked out, I thought about it, and I said, hang on a second. This is not my life. This is my daughter's life. If I have made her into what she is right now, and she's able to talk to me and voice her concern, I have done something right.
Wonderful.
I've done something right. Which means that this is a transparency conversation between parents and children. It's very important. Please, parents, do not hide behind a pretentious face because you want to please the society. You want to say that, yes, my kid is this, and this. We did a joint decision. We said, okay, we will support you. So we supported her throughout the whole journey of her doing a textile design degree. When they want to take a gap year, you talk about, okay, and I said to her, not on my money, honey. You look for 3 continents, you're going to go and study there. So my question to parents right now is, how transparent are you with your children? Don't hide anything. Be their vault. If they have any secrets or anything, their kids has done something, you keep it to yourself. Don't share it with other people. Because that is the point when they will come and say, oh, your kid this, did this, and embarrass your own child in front of you. Why? Why do we want to do that? So detach yourself from other people pleasing. It is very important that we please our own children. We look at our own children's future. What is going to make them happy? If they are not happy, as parents, we are not going to be happy. Then I had a client whose child, only 17, demanding 50 pounds every week, and then he would disappear. Okay? So the parents came to me and said, Mala, we can't understand what the child is doing. He doesn't say anything. He disappears over the weekend, one night, come back, etc., and back to school. And he doesn't seem to be happy. And these 2 young couple, they were running their own shop, okay, working hard for both their kids. Now, they had the best intention for the child, but did they explore what was exactly going on in the child's mind? No. Surprisingly, a couple of weeks later, after I talked to them, I said, are you sure he's not been bullied at school? Are you sure the teachers are supporting him? It is very, very important. 3 things here. You must talk openly to your child. Ask them if there's anything that can help them. Is somebody bullying? Bullying is the most critical thing that can happen and damage the kid anytime. Anytime in their life.
So true.
Anytime in their life. So they say they saw bruises because he was being beaten in the school. And he wanted to hide over the weekend, so he was not with the family. And he would go and stay maybe with his friend, etc. That is another thing. The third thing is support them. Whatever they want to do, support them. They want to try play violin? Okay, let's do a couple of lessons. Try violin.
Don't say you keep trying and nothing happens.
No, exactly. If it doesn't work, you leave it. You want to try cello, you do that. You want to try harmonium, tabla, whatever. Let them experience it. Without experience, how are you going to let your children live in this world which is revolving so fast? Any experience they get is a bonus, whether it's voluntarily or whether going for lessons. If they don't, like I said, don't badger them. Oh, you started these classes and I spent so much money and you didn't do nothing about it. Excuse me, are we sending our child to be a concert player on the opera singers, etc.? No, we are enhancing their life. We are giving them the opportunity to explore. And if they don't like it later on, that's fine. It is important to be very, very close with your children. Open conversations on your dinner table and explain and talk about it. Imagine my daughter at 6 years old, we were sitting on the dining table and then she'd seen a clip on the news and then she started, Mommy, Daddy, can I say something? Yes? Okay. You know, in the news today was this, and I was looking at myself and my husband. Wow, where did it come from? It's the observation because children also imitate their parents from a young age.
So true.
At the age of 2.5, and very important parents and friends who are listening, anybody who's listening, at the age of 2.5, psychologically, you think that they are not clever. They are very clever.
Rather, they're absorbing everything, a sponge.
Yes, and they are very good at manipulating the parents. They will go to one parent, ask them isolatedly, and say, oh, Daddy, I would like to do this, And Daddy would say, okay, bacha, okay, dear, you can do this. But she would come and ask the mother. The mother said, no, we cannot do this. You see, they'll play against each other. Now, I have a case of one such friend whose daughter is, she knew how to manipulate the children from parents from a very young age. To this day, she's still manipulating them.
Yeah.
And they don't want to acknowledge it.
So
It's already there.
Once kids learn, manipulate, and everything is happening for them, why would they stop? And it's a vicious cycle which is started now.
Exactly. And you can't break from it. You have to be very, very strict and forceful about it.
To break it, yeah.
And you have to say, okay, now this is your time. You are eligible to work. Go in on your money, and then let's see what happens. So when the first paycheck came, when my daughter was started working, and she looked at it, she said, Mommy, oh my God, I've given so much tax. I earn so much, but I'm only left with 25%. She had other expenses and all that. I said, come to reality, honey. Come to reality. So we have to let them try. We have to let them experience their own way. And that is where parents come in as individuals, not pleasing the society, not pleasing other people, not pleasing friends, and don't compare your child with anybody else, because your child is a unique child in himself, and he or she will grow as we pour more water to the tree. That is how they will blossom.
I would like to take this into a different angle altogether, because when you're talking, a new angle came to my mind. So when I look at from the parents' angle, let's say a father, the kind of economic crisis, ups and downs keeps going. Father is also listening from the boss in the office. He lives under tremendous pressure. And the advice, what we are talking right now, it looks very good when you are into peace. But if you're not into peace, you are just, it looks good while saying difficult to do. So let's talk about I see that in today's world, people are living with tremendous pressure across world. And what's this pressure all about? And can you define why people are so pressured before we go to the peace side of it? But and let's understand why people are suffering so much from the pressure. Both parents, so any men and women who are grown up, they're working, even if they're homemakers, everyone is in the tremendous pressure. So how do you understand what's the pressure all about? Where the pressure comes from? Is it real or it's just a imagination of my mind, and can I work on it to rewire this pressure into peace too?
Pressure is self-made.
It's a self-made?
Yes. Pressure is self-made.
Pressure is self-made?
Yes.
If my boss is shouting on me and I'm getting pressurized, is it self-made or my boss made?
No, it is self-made.
Okay,
Why?
explain.
Why? Because you are thinking, assumption, that your boss is angry at you. Maybe the boss is having a bad day, and he's throwing off the what you call the
his
from
own
the top.
troubles and shits on your head, basically.
Yeah. So you say he's the manager. So from the top manager, the head of the team, he's asking, these are the targets we need to meet. So he comes down and he does the same spiel to you. Okay. So because he's been told, he's giving the same spiel. Now, as a good leader, the person should be able to explain and sit down and say to the boss, the head of the department, is this realistic? If it's realistic, show me how we're going to do this for the team. So that's a leadership. Okay. When we talk about pressure within ourselves, it's our attitude. It's our attitude, how we're going to accept what has been said to us. Whether it's in anger, whether it's in peace, or whether it's in a ha 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 ha. Assumption is the worst thing. That's what people do. That is where the pressure comes in. Because you are assuming and assuming and assuming and assuming, and nothing has happened.
So what are the symptoms of that I'm living in a pressure?
I'll give you an example. Okay, say it's time for appraisal in the company. And everybody's, okay, I need to finish this target. I want to do this, and because I want to get a promotion. So people are excited in the sense of, pressure. I need to make sure that my report is done properly, etc. If you have done your job properly for the whole year, why do you have a pressure during the appraisal? It is what it is. Because you've done your work, you met your targets. If you hadn't met your targets, you will put down in your appraisal, this is what happened. So why have the pressure? See, people are running after things which are not necessary. People are making a world around them. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do this. What is it? For example, let's go back to the homemaker. How is it that the homemaker, first thing in the morning, is very calm? Because he or she knows that they need to do certain things for the family in the morning. Okay, make the breakfast, make the tiffin, make the lunch, make sure that everything is ready for them to go, and after that, they may have a little time of peace for themselves because they know what they need to do. They are not assuming that the child is going to want this food in the tiffin, etc., or the books are not ready in the bag. So assumption, how you assume what other person is saying, don't assume. That's my thing. Don't assume. Why? Ask the questions. Ask the relevant questions. If you are afraid to ask, what's the point of being in the job? Huh? Why are you cursing the boss? Why are you cursing the bank?
Go and talk.
Or why are you cursing the organization? No. Because you are not asking without your free will, because you are afraid to, because you don't know. But here's the thing. If you don't ask, you don't know. Most importantly, always ask. Even when you go on holiday, okay, you booked a hotel room, and you go there and you find that the hotel room is a little bit small, go downstairs, speak to the manager. Oh, can I have another one? Better room, viewing, etc. Who knows? They may be in a good mood. They will give it to you. Same thing with a child. When we were children, we always came and asked our parents, can I have this? Can I have that? What will they do? They will either say, do your chore, then I'll give you an ice cream. Or do this and I'll give you some money to put in your account. You see? So we have forgotten that. We are always assuming that, people are putting us under pressure to do this, that, the other. No. I, having worked in a corporate environment with over 28 different nationalities and how to manage working with them. There were incidents where people said, Mala, we can't work with this guy, he's like, can you please take over? And then they would ask the head of the department, say, Mala, do you think we could swap and do this? And I said, yeah, no problem. I have no problem with anybody. Why? Why take other people's, you have to understand other people's cultural background, where they're coming from. Why are they acting the way they are? If you don't ask them and have an open conversation, forget it. You're under pressure. And you remember, people use pressure cooker. And you wait for the whistle to go. Is that what you're going to wait for? You don't want to wait for that. And then when the whistle goes,
then your life becomes a pressure cooker.
Exactly. So never assume. Always ask.
No, I also believe that even fear of asking comes from our childhood belief. As I've been continuously going to my parent and ask, and they say, no, keep your mouth shut. No. They don't even give me logic and reason. And I'm a kid. What I understand is, if I ask, I get bashing. So let's not ask. So let's go to belief system, because I think this all is curated in our mind from the childhood, which reflects as a pressure in your maybe adulthood or your working age. So what is belief all about, and how the beliefs are created?
Beliefs are embedded in us from a very young age.
What maybe?
Belief means
What age?
from toddlers.
Oh.
So when you're growing up, as the first child, you will be saying, okay, no problem, you can, you fall down. No, it's okay, not to worry about, it'll be fine. So you're reassured at that time. Then as you are growing up a little, we go to school, so you say your marks are not okay, you're not excelling in certain subjects, etc. And then they will say, she now needs tuition. Okay, we have to get her tuition. Now, when they get the tuition, say the teacher is not gelling with you because he or she is not able to explain to you. Give you an example. One of the piano tutor at the school said for my daughter, oh no, Mrs. Shah, I can't teach her anymore. She's not interested. I said, okay, no problem. How much do I owe you? Finish, khalas, that's it. I got another tutor for my daughter. Now, here is the example. Don't rely on what other people say. You must understand that that's not the end of the line. You can still progress. You can go to somebody else who will actually hear you, listen to you, and say, okay, let's do this. Got another person. Fantastic pianist teacher. He assessed her. I said, Mrs. Shah, we can skip her 2 grades straight to number 6, and that's it. You see? So there is a difference between teachers as well. There's a difference between people how they observe your child. You must have faith in your child. You must support them. So never take a word of other people just because they said it. You have to listen to your own thing.
But let's say it has been done now.
Yes.
Because now they're listening to us now. So it's time is
so
done.
Now,
so what can we do? How do we rewiring journey starts?
It is at any age when you realize as an individual, okay, everything has happened, say, in your childhood, in your primary school, secondary school, maybe even to college. Rewind that, okay? I'm not saying rewind it every day. Sit down, rewind, analyze what happened. What was it that was said to you continuously that you cannot do this, etc., blah, 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 blah. So for me, it was like, I'm the queen of organization in the entire family. Give it to Mala. She will be able to do this. She will all do the logistics, etc. But when it comes to accounting, no, leave it. Let somebody else do it. Fast forward, I believed I can do it. And that was when I started working for other people as well, who believed that I can do it, right? So imagine now, whoever is the accountant right now listening here, even if you're not an accountant, you're a business person running your business, homemaker, that you have to budget, etc. So turning Russian accounts and in putting them in a special software package to churn out international accounting standards, I was able to do that. Imagine, because on my 7th year in the bank, I became a senior portfolio officer, analyzing, monitoring, and giving the risk management department what they need to work on. So where did my figures come from? Where did my accounting come from? Because I believed I could do it. You got to believe what you can do. Don't rely just on parents. Parents will say, okay, no, you can't do this. No, you have to try. You try and show it to them, you can do it. Make them,
And try with the help of a mentor or a coach. So the chances of success goes more.
yes. When we talk about, let's really deep dive into the belief. Every child is put into a box when they're growing up. Okay, coming from an extended family, that's probably what happens. Okay, this person is good at doing this. This person is doing this. So then the entire family is chanting the same mantra,
So true.
right? Chanting the same mantra. No. Let her do this one. They will not allow the second person to come and try it and give the relief to the first person who's doing it because he or she has been doing it for many years. But we have to let go. Prime example. I'm very good at singing. And I love, it's a family thing. We love singing bhajans, etc. When we are together for not just religious but other things as well. And then I realized I need to let go because the next generation is ready. And the next generation needs to have that access. They need to be believed into they can do it without me leading them, but giving them the chance to lead themselves. So in 2000, I created a book in 4 days, and I put Gujarati in one page and phonetical translation on the next page. Did it in 4 days, and I found a publisher then in Ahmedabad, and he said, okay, we will do it. In 6 months, the book was ready. I gave the book away for free. I did about 2,000 copies, just so that everybody can get that and keep that cultural thing in our family, in our society, etc., and allow the child to understand, okay, this is what grandmothers used to do, great-grandmother used to do. This is our linear. This is what we should do. So it's important to be transparent. It's important to respect each other. It's important to make sure that you are not stopping your child or yourself from doing what you want to do. Because each and every person has the power within themselves. It's mind over matter. You can do anything in life. How and why I am here is because I have acknowledged that I have rewired my reality, and I rewire my reality every day.
But I may be scared because it's an unknown zone and world is anyhow telling me don't do it, I'll fail and I'll have pain and I'll have money loss, I have relationship loss, whatever they're saying. And I'm scared and I don't want to go there because, I have fear. So how do I handle this fear part of it? Because even if I'm going to take an action, this fear will stop me. So, and the world is anyhow saying stop. So how do I break this barrier? And will the pain come or it will be always a rosy picture?
There is never a rosy picture until you reach your goal. In between, you will have obstacles. Certain things will be happening which are not in your control. So, live example. I kind of had the fear of writing initially. And I said, I'm going to start writing, but I don't know who's going to publish my book. So back in 2010, I was in the middle of a conference, got a call from a publisher from USA. You haven't recommended to be part of this book project. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you right now because I've got 5,000 people in the room. And can you call me back in 2 hours? So they called me back. And I understood what they were on about. So that's when I did my first writing, and it was published then. Fast forward. What was the fear of unknown? Okay? Because I've never been asked by anybody, but it was my mentor who had put my name forward so that I could be part of that book project. And I was like, wow. And once that book was published, etc., I did my launch, and everybody was like, Mala, what you've written is absolutely fantastic. I can understand what you've written. And it was reaffirming that, what did I fear? It was my own fear of success. It was my own fear of trying to think like, whether the world will like my writing or not, whether people will acknowledge it or not, So it is that fear of unknown. If you don't step into from, say, you have 4 boxes, okay, on the floor. You are standing on the left-hand side box and you want to cross, but without putting the foot on the right-hand side. There are 2 right-hand side boxes. So how are you going to cross? You're going to lift one of your legs to put forward, to the box to the left side, which is the empty one again, okay? Because you can't use the 2 on the right. Now, that box is not just the box there on the floor. Now, we're talking about that box is elevated. It's higher up from the floor. And you are thinking, oh, I'm going to fall if I put my foot forward. So it's that fear of thinking, oh, I may fall. Now, if you think, this is very important now, if you think you're going to fall, you will fall. Because you already rewired your brain and saying, oh, I'm going to fall. But if you think you are not going to fall, you will climb up. You will step onto the next square and you'll be fine. Live example. Somebody asks me to climb a 70-foot pole. It's like a telephone pole, okay? And the space at the top of it is only enough for 2 feet to stand up. I looked at the pole up and I said, okay, let's do it. Worst come worst, if I can't reach the top, I'll be able to at least say that I reached the middle or quarter part. Here's the lesson. You have to try. If you instill that fear, oh, no, I can't do it from the beginning, you will not be able to do it because you won't even step on the first ring of climbing up. To bring you back to this, yes, I did. Climb up 70 foot. With the harness, by the way, and this cannot be done without a professional...
So the life is same. So you just need to take a step, say, I'll try, and your harness may be your coach and a trainer and some support system which says, a positive support system which says, okay, everything will be fine, but if something goes wrong, we are here, don't worry about it.
Exactly. Looking for a coach and a mentor is very important. When you do look for a coach and a mentor, please be careful of how you are, again, I mentioned the word transparency. Be transparent and share those things that you are worried about, those things that you fear. Be open from the beginning. So then the coach and the mentor can guide you. Otherwise, you will be going around in circles and then you will give a bad name to the coach and mentor and say, oh, he or she didn't do nothing for me. I did this. But if you as an individual are not true to yourself, nothing else will work.
So another important question for our viewers is, there's a term called life coaching. You've been in life coach from, I think more than approximately 4 decades now. So what is life coaching all about, and do you really need a coach in life?
Yes.
And because my life, I have to live it. How a coach going to help me in my life? So this is a generic question. So what is life coaching all about and how it can help me?
Okay, so life coaching is quite broad. You can have a life coach to help you with your goals. You can have a life coach just to sit by and listen to you and that's it and nothing happens. Now, life coach you may need some time in your life. It's not throughout your whole life. Because some people come to me and say, oh, I need 6 or 10 sessions. And I'm like, wait. I will give you a questionnaire. Answer those questions, 10 questions. If from that 10 questions, they come up and say no to one of them, I will guide them free of charge. I'll guide them and say, okay, go and do this. Come back and see me after a couple of months. If then you still think that you need me as a life coach, okay, we will carry on and move forward. People can find their own answers most of the time. They need to just understand what they are going through, how the process is happening, why they are self-sabotaging themselves, because they are not rewired with their own self-belief. If they believe in themselves, they'll be able to do what they want to do.
And what all areas as a life coach you can help people?
My expertise is about empowering people, encouraging them, and rewire their belief system. Because their belief system is the worst thing that if they cannot acknowledge and say, okay, this is what's happened to me, this is what I've been believing about myself all this time, I need to change that. So once you get rid of that, you cut the strings of the apron, it's okay, that's it, done. Now, this is me new. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to move forward. And that's it.
So it can be used in any area of life. Someone is suffering from any disease. Can it be rewired
Yes.
in the physical reality?
Yes. Say, I will start with just a normal person who is going through some emotionals in their life because they cannot manage work, their personal life, and a lot of things are happening. So they come for just reassurance that they are doing things the right way. So I would say, okay, let's explore that. What is happening? What isn't happening? And what is it that they don't need to keep hanging on to? So we release that. So that's one thing. Second, there will be executives or corporates or people in a high pressure job. They will say, oh, I am not able to speak to people when I go to a meeting, and I can't find to get their their business cards. So I would say, so what is that fear about that? Why? All you have to do is just like everybody else. You just go up to them, start talking, and say, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I would love to have a chat with you, and maybe we can explore some collaboration." This is a live story, actually. This is a gentleman and writer who had been recommended, who I was recommended to. I never met him. Just talked to him on the phone. In the second meeting, second session, and he said, "Mala, guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I was in a meeting, in a conference meeting, and I managed to get 30 business cards." For him, that was an achievement.
Wow.
An absolute achievement. And I said, "Well done." So I said, "What happened then?" He said, "Well, you told me not to be fearful about it. Just go be friendly and go and ask them." And that's exactly what I followed. Another example. A lady who failed her driving test. Everybody in the family said, "Oh, no. Now forget it. You will not be able to pass anytime." Okay? So she was very sad, etc. And I said, let's do something. So I took her in her own car to drive from where we lived to central London on a Saturday afternoon. Now imagine, central London, if people who have been to London, they will know there is a big roundabout near the Hyde Park, the famous Hyde Park. So I took her there. She was asking, "Where are we going?" I said, "Just drive. I'm giving you instructions, just drive, and I'll tell you when we reach." So by the time we reached, she wanted a bathroom. I said, "Okay, there's a hotel, you can go in there." She goes, No, I can't." I said, "Okay, please go, because we need to get back home." Anyway, she went in like a mouse and she came back out like a lion. And I said to her, "When you're in the bathroom, go and pick up that paper towel which has got an emblem on it, bring it back." He said, "Why?" "Don't ask me questions, just go and do it." Came back in the evening when she said to her husband that she's driven to central London. They couldn't believe it. 6 weeks later, she passed the test. So it's a belief. If you believe you can do it, and nobody, by the way, in her family had ever driven in central London, and for somebody who hadn't passed the test, she did it. Why? Because somebody believed in her. So you got to believe in yourself as well. If I didn't believe in myself, I wouldn't be able to do things that I wanted to do. If I didn't believe in my husband or my daughter, they wouldn't be able to do certain things that they wanted to do. So you have to have that belief. Where does it start? From inside. When you acknowledge that this belief system is not working for me, you let it go. Because for me, certain beliefs were not working for me. I let go. People said, "Oh my God, she's like this, like that. Oh, Mala, you're very fearful. You're very like a warrior, etc." Hey, I am. It's okay. I am whatever I need to be. Whatever I need to be, not what other people want me to be. So very important.
That's how it works. So a belief works in a way where I need to believe myself, and sometimes I need someone's reassurance that I need to believe myself. That's all. And so you need to have very powerful mastermind community with you.
Yes.
Who are positive thinkers, who push you. And you will have to find and create that community, or you work with your coach or mentor, because they will also provide you that kind of community. So, but it's a power of community and a right coaching and mentoring, because you did the right coaching or a mentoring to that lady who could pass the test, because she got to believe that if Mala trusts me, then I can do it.
Absolutely. Same things in different scenarios like MBA students. So as a part of the alumni where I used to did my university, they invited me back, so I volunteered and I mentored those MBA students, because sometimes they get into a position where they are overwhelmed because they've come from different countries to study in UK and they don't know the environment, they don't know certain things. So I would help them and say, okay, let's explore this, let's do this, and trying to keep their pressure down, trying to help them to find a little bit of peace within them, and also connect them with their cultural organizations. Similarly, mentoring entrepreneurs through the NetWest Entrepreneurs Accelerator Program. So again, I volunteer. So it's important to volunteer. So I am increasing my experience, which I can bring back to my clients and understand how these things work and give them that support that they need.
So let's say someone is listening to us and they need help. How do they reach out to you? How do they reach out to you for help, professional help? So how do they reach out? What's the right method?
The right method is to email me. And my email address is success@malashah.com. Once they send me that they want to engage with me, very one line, I would like to have a 20-minute session with you to explore how we can work together. And that's it. And after that, we will have an online Zoom call, which I believe is more effective, explore what needs to be done, and take the journey from there.
And any social media profile where they can follow you?
Yes, I have Instagram handle, Mala Shah 360 days available. It's the 6 days I'm not available. And Facebook as well, there is a page on that. And most importantly, LinkedIn. So 2 more active ones are Instagram and LinkedIn.
So what I'll do for all of our viewers, in the description box, I'll mention this Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and email ID. So they can follow you, learn more, and whenever they need, they can reach out to you for more help.
Thank you.
I also want to know, what was your favorite chapter when you were writing a book, where you thought, wow, I know you know most of the content, that's why you wrote, but while writing, you felt wow when you were writing the chapter.
The very first chapter, because that's the very important chapter based on belief systems and how to stop yourself from self-sabotaging. Because you tend to stop because people start disbelieving in you or putting disbelief in you. And in that chapter, I created and shared a model called SIP, CIP. And what does SIP stand for? Before we go there. So when you pronounce SIP, can you sip a cup of tea or can you kip? English is very ambiguous, but anyway. So SIP stands for consistency, insistency, and persistent.
Wow.
This is a research I did over 5 years to understand how celebrities, how politicians, how people who are very successful in their life do things. Very simple. They are consistent in what they want to do. And they will insist to get some answers when they do exploration, or which people I need to go with or whatever. And then pursue their goal. They're persistent in how they plan to do and execute it.
Wow.
So CIP, so that's
SIP.
one of, and the second last chapter in that, which is decluttering. It's a very, very short chapter, but it's important, very important. Do not clutter your mind with past history and don't rewind that same video again and again. It's not going to work. You cannot erase that. You can only learn from it and move forward. And please keep your environment decluttered. Meaning, if you got things that you haven't used for 6 years or so, 5 years, sell it if you can. If you can't sell it, give it to charity if it's worth giving to charity. Otherwise, please dump it.
Dump it, yeah.
Yeah.
Declutter your house, declutter your mind.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. So these are 2 favorite chapters. And would you like to give, I know you've written a gratitude section here, but would you like to give gratitude or acknowledgement to few people in your life who've been support system for you?
My biggest mentor who put me in that position is my father. I have dedicated this book to him. Without his discipline, his guidance, and using that throughout my life, I would not be here right now. I like to say thank you to my mentor, Don Campbell, Nandita Prasad, one of my biggest mentors working at the bank. She was very stern, very karak, very strict about things, but her heart is like a soft jelly. And she pushed me quite a lot, together with Mr. Kenji Nakasawa and Mr. Andana Kovitswamy. So that's from the bank side. And the people I met along the way, Ian Young, a very, very dedicated person who helps people to come out of addiction. His guidance, his support as well, and other friends who have believed in me, Nimitta, Sam, Carolina. There are plenty more that I could have a whole list, and we could be on this podcast for a long, long time. But those are my gratitude. And most importantly, of course, not just my family, my husband has been the pillar of my support, and my daughter. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. And how was your book writing journey, and how was the entire process? I know it came out very fast. It's like a light. So, how was the experience there?
So, my thanks to Wings Publication, and particularly yourself, Dr. Kailash Pinjani. So grateful. We met in a short while. The book was put together in less than 6 weeks, I would say, for me. I was revising some of the paragraphs, some of the chapters, and then added 2 more. The team entirely was fully supportive. I really enjoyed the journey. And I am very, very excited. The book has come out. It's been published. And I'm one of the top Amazon seller.
Yeah, I know. This book became Amazon bestseller in just few days of launch. So people are loving it, buying it, and it's they're changing their lives. So thank you for writing a wonderful book.
Without the support, and like we talk about coaching, mentoring, etc., it is very important that you find the right coach and the mentor. And for publishing my book, I found the right mentor and coach, and that's you. So I'm very grateful to you for giving me and holding my hand throughout the whole journey, and to put this together and launch it within 6 months.
Wow.
Within 6 months. I'm like, wow, this is not only how would I have met you, coming here in Dubai, saw your webinar, and then I said, no, I need to go and attend the 2-day class, and then the rest is history. Your way of engaging with the author, supporting with all the dynamics that are involved, the book cover to writing the title, finding the right information that we need, and the editing, every little detail has been taken care of. So for me, there was no pressure, apart from making sure that I'm writing okay. And I found peace, you see. So peace over pressure.
Peace over pressure.
Peace over pressure. So when you are pressurized, if you have the right person along holding your hand and guiding you who has the experience, and you have that experience, and I've never met you before, but I would just connect it, and knowing, because you have authenticity, you have integrity, and without that, without your support, I wouldn't be here where I am right now with the book. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you. And it's one of the very powerful books. This book is available on Amazon globally. Wherever you are in London, you are into US, India, Dubai, anywhere in the world, this is globally available. I would recommend all of you to go buy this book and rewire your reality, because this all starts with a single small step. And anyhow, Mala's contact details are there in the description box. You can go connect her, follow her. And personally, I can vouch for her work. She's been in the coaching and training business for the rewiring the brain and the reality from 4 decades. Okay, most of you who are listening may not have age of 4 decades, that kind of experience she has. So follow her and talk to her. Mala, I know you are a multi-talented personality. Today we spoke about one topic, but I would like to definitely call you again on our show for some other topic, which you are expert on. And thank you very much for getting time out and meeting me here, sharing all the information with our viewers, listeners, and giving them a hope that reality can be rewired.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I would love to come back and talk about so many other things, but as a last closing from me to everyone, can you climb a mountain? You can, when you want to. And yes, I have climbed the highest mountain in Africa.
Wow.
Without doubting myself and knowing that I can do it. So you see, so everybody can do what they want to do in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mala, and see you soon again. Bye-bye all of you, and just another reminder, go and buy this book. Bye-bye.